Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Buildstone. Now, today is going to be a very busy day because I have a lot to do, and it mostly involves working with villagers. So, it's going to be one hell of a fun episode. So, I immediately get into action and I make my way to the local village, which I found off camera, because I have some breeding work to do. Because I need about 10 villagers for what I'll be doing today. And what I'll be doing today is I'll be making an iron farm and just a bit more work on the base. That's mostly it. And I do know I am aware that there has been a gap between episodes again because I am busy with my life, but I am hoping from the upcoming few episodes the uploads are going to be a bit more regular, but they also depend on my will to work on these episodes and whether I have time to make them too. Because I am going to be starting with college pretty soon, sooner than I expected. Anyway, I am here making the villager breeder. I have put the link down in the description of the tutorial I am following to make this. But as you must have seen, I had a portal while coming here. Why did I not use it? I do not know, don't ask me. But at this point, I am mostly done with the breeder. All I need to do is just transport the villagers in and make it secure so that no zombies or anything get inside. And right now here I am transporting the villagers. I don't know why I have to explain this, but this is where I start losing my patience because whenever I try to transport the villagers, they would get stuck somewhere and go all the way back from where I tried to get them. And half of the times they just had their trades locked for some reason. I do not know. I removed all the workstations and beds from the villagers, and still they weren't coping. So I just killed all of the villagers, left two of them, and I dumped like 5 stacks of food on them, I would say, because initially I gave them like 2 stacks of bread, but for some reason they weren't breeding. It took me half an hour to make them actually like start reproducing, but they just wouldn't listen. So it took me a lot of time to get this working, and I really lost my patience, but in the end it was worth it because they were breeding like crazy. And one more thing I want to point out is that this is my first time working with villagers, so I'm learning a lot about them because I have mostly seen people work with villagers on Java edition and I am playing on Bedrock edition, and I just found out that there is a lot of difference between the two versions. But they finally started making babies and I was really happy. I was a really happy boy. Words cannot explain how happy I was. But I was also having problems with beds because they just stopped breeding, and my food was going to waste. So I quickly ran back to my base and I got more beds, which I didn't have the wool for. So that also took a lot of time, and I had my camera account running over here, so the even more food was basically going wasted. But I was happy with the result because I got exactly how many villagers I needed, and I could get started with the iron farm too. But anyway, here is the sweet footage of all my food going to waste while I was getting beds for these stupid villagers, because they are stupid and they annoyed me a lot in the process of making this episode, and I don't want to deal with them again, but I have to. For sure, sometime in the future. I know it. It's just a matter of when it'll happen. But here they are continuing to breed. I don't know anything to say. I'm dry of words currently. But right now, I am starting my work on the iron farm. I have again put the link down in the description of the tutorial I am following. And this was a really simple design because I just watched the tutorial video once and I was able to do it by myself without any help. So I'm just gonna let the footage play without me talking over it so my voice doesn't become a disturbance in this video. So here it is. Now, one mistake I did do here is putting the water before finishing the farm, which is something I wanted to point out, because it didn't cause any problem. It was just that it got annoying. But here is the best part of the video, and the most worst part for me: the transportation of the villagers, which completely exhausted me. And I'm just gonna let it play over some funky music, whatever I can find on the internet. Uh, and here it is. And now I am basically just finishing up the farm once that now I have transported all of my 10 villagers which I needed. So I'm just placing a bunch of beds and the workstations so that the farm starts working and it starts producing some iron for me. And I was also surprised because this farm is so simple yet so efficient, because I AFK'd for like about 20 to 30 minutes and I got like 4 stacks of iron, which was, I'm mind blown. But here I am. I'm done with the villager part of this video. So I'm finally working on a base. So I firstly start by getting rid of my copper, which I laid down in the first, not the first, the previous episode, which was the second one. And I got rid of my farms because I wanted to do some terraining work, because I want to make it easier for myself to get up to my base and make it also look better, because I have been just climbing up the side of the mountain since the time I made it, and it is not easy. So I just get rid of all my cows and all my farms, and I demolish the dirt platform which I made, and I divided the cliff into like 3 parts. Where the stone will go for the terraining, it's like a 3-part cliff. I don't know what I'm saying, but it's a cliff. It's a cliff with pathways on it. I can't elaborate any more than that. You will see in the coming footage. Yeah, I don't know what to say. So I start by laying down the base layer, so I have an idea of where I have to place the blocks for this part of the build, and I start making the base layer, and I have divided the side of the mountain into 3 parts, as you can see there. And I thought I had more than enough stone for this, but I only had enough for the first layer, which I kind of expected, because yeah, I just expected it, because yeah. But this also took me about half an hour, which was a lot of time. It was more than I thought it would take, and then I had to detail it also afterwards, which I have left for this episode. I'll be doing it in the next one. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. I will hope that I will get more regular with the uploads in the coming weeks or something, and I will see you in the next episode. Till then, please show support to the channel, to the series, and it has been a blast till now, even though it's just the third episode. But I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.